Hello and welcome to the Modern podcast. It has been a hot minute since we've been on here, but we'll summarize.
I've even gotten a haircut.
You have gotten a haircut. I have not, and my roots and grays are showing, but it's fine. My name is Sharon Graff, and I'm the owner of the Modern Skein, which is almost at a podcast here in Conroe, which is kind of true, but it's also a yarn store here in Conroe, Texas.
Hi, and I'm Cathie. I'm one of the Graham guides at the Modern Skein. More about that later.
Yes. So yes, the last time we podcasted, it was post or during, I don't remember, Yarn Trail.
I believe that's correct.
Because we were saying, oh, we should be able to do one more before DFW.
Right. And then
well,
life took over.
First off, it started with you having car troubles.
Oh, I don't even. Yes,
and then
definitely.
DFW, crazy prep and everything else. Then we had DFW.
DFW Fibre Fest for
yes.
those. That's the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's I guess it's the Fibre Festival in Texas as far as size and attendance
for
and
sure.
that type of thing.
So we had that, during which I tweaked my back, got a crick in my back. I feel like I do this every year at DFW too. So there may be a problem
something to
here.
consider there.
So then I was out for a little bit, and then I had car trouble.
Yes.
And then
Unrelated, fortunately.
Yeah, completely unrelated. I just kept getting locked in my own car. That was a whole other story.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out. And then Josh and I thankfully had a lovely little 5-day cruise that was to recharge after our events and right before
the next event,
which was great, except I had a major allergy attack during the cruise and was crying with allergy, and it re-flared up my back again. And so yes,
we're a hot mess.
We've had Untangled. I have 2 appointments this week to hopefully fix my back because it is not better. Pain meds are not touching it. I can barely, I'm going to be like Batman if I turn, so. Hi. So, I have barely knit. Just saying.
And I feel like I've knit a lot, but I haven't accomplished much. However, let's go straight to the FO, which is the Combackagain by Andrea Mowry. I finally finished what I called the never-ending button band, except you will notice I do not have buttons. I do not have buttonholes because, to be perfectly honest, I'm not ever going to button it up, and I just decided to leave them out.
I think it looks
so good. I'm thrilled. I wanted something cozy to put on, especially on mornings like this where it's 56 degrees here. Yay! But it'll be 90 this afternoon. So I did learn something interesting, though, about myself and some misjudgment on this particular cardigan.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I intentionally picked a size that would give me plenty of positive ease because I wanted it to be slightly oversized.
Yes, okay.
It's the first time that I've ever knit a cardigan or any sweater where you do the sleeves first. Okay? The mistake I made was when I decided on the length of my sleeves, I measured it as if it was a fitted sweater.
Yeah.
Okay? As you can see, I've had to turn the cuffs up a little bit because since it is a little oversized and slouchy, the sleeves are a little long, but you know what?
Makes it cozy.
it just makes it cozy, and I'm okay with it. But it was a learning thing, and I did make a note about that. So if I do this type of construction again, I will take into consideration where exactly the sleeves are going to hit at the underarm, because that was my problem. As you can see, with it being oversized, they hit, about what, maybe halfway down to my elbow, because I don't have very long arms. And instead of measuring from the underarm, I'll measure from there to determine the length.
Correct. And I will say, because of that construction, and it would make it very difficult to try to shorten the sleeves after the fact. I'm not saying impossible.
It's not impossible, and I know I could do it. But why?
Yeah.
It's one of those things like, why?
Yeah.
It's just, it was a learning experience. It's something I will take into consideration next time. I'm not unhappy at all. So, it's a go.
Love it. I have no finished objects. Are we surprised? No.
No.
Did I finish? Okay, so we just got back from Untangled, upstate New York, for the Untangled Rhinebeck weekend festivities. That was also a hot mess, not in a bad to the show. Josh and I were just like a hot mess, and it's fine. We still had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. I did not finish my Rhinebeck sweater. So let me show you what I have done, because more progress has been made.
Yes.
So last time we talked, I was hemming and hawing and moaning and groaning because I felt it was too big.
Yes.
So I did make the decision to rip back that last set of increases, and I just put stitch markers in where the sleeves were supposed to be for where they were after that, and then as I ripped it out. Does that make sense?
Well, I think what you're trying to say is where you wanted them to be.
Yes.
You put a marker, so you rip back to that point.
To that point, so that I actually don't know how many stitches are now on here. Let's just say the original pattern said 56, but there was going to be like 4 sets of increases, so then that would mean there's 52, maybe. Math.
Wait, increases or decreases?
Increases, because we were increasing,
okay,
but I took them out, so that's
okay.
This may be.
I feel like we're going kind of backwards, but that's okay.
Anyway,
we'll figure it out.
I made it smaller. Okay, so there's that. Now it looks correct, in my opinion. And as you can see, I knit, I don't know what that is, maybe about 7 inches under here.
Yeah, probably close.
So, here's the thing. While we were at Untangled, I saw those ladies. I don't remember actually how long she says to knit this.
Oh gosh, I don't remember, because I always just do it to my own preference.
Yeah. And I don't remember what she said the ribbing is, but I feel like the ribbing on most people is around 2 to 3 inches.
I think it was about a 2 to 2.5 inch rib on the bottom. Yes.
So, do not know who this woman was, but I just saw it glancing, and I was like, oh, I like that ooey gooey. And this lady had done she honestly maybe had done it a little bit shorter. She probably had done about 6 inches of her main body, and it was hers fit about the way that mine will fit on me.
Okay.
Then she did 4 inches of ribbon.
Oh.
So it kind of gave the illusion that it was more cropped without exposing any skin, midriff, or whatnot. So it's like,
Are we easily influenced?
We are.
Only by things we like.
Yes. And there was another modification I saw on a different sweater. I don't think it was her sweater, where they copied just on the sleeves, so they knit long sleeves.
Okay.
And they did the color work, but they didn't do the dots. They just did this section here, the drippies, but they did it like
several times.
Several times.
Yes, I think I saw that photo.
And
yes.
then I don't think she had welts. I think she just then went straight into ribbing in the Spincycle color. Pretty sure that's what it was.
Well, Connie made some adjustments to hers as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, my brain. I don't remember exactly how she changed the color work on her sleeves, but she wanted her sleeves 3/4.
Yes.
And so she made a few changes. This is the thing. It's your sweater.
Yeah.
Make it suit you.
Exactly. So that is what I'm keeping in the back of my brain. I will finish this, especially now with that kind of ish.
I can see that. I think that would look great.
I think that would be fun. So I'm going to do that. There was a bunch of really cute Ooey Gooeys that we saw for sure. There was quite a few. I would say they're backing up. We didn't go to Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool. We actually flew out back home Saturday. With all the stuff going on with Duncan and everything else in our life is chaotic.
Yes.
We just needed to go ahead and come home. It's fine. I'm not mad that I missed it. But, so we didn't see everyone wearing their Ooey Gooeys because obviously that everyone wears them for the picture on the hill. But at Untangled, we saw a few Ooey Gooeys. I saw a lot of people's framed sweaters, maybe from last year, or if they finished it. They wore that. Yeah. But I saw a ton of stripes. Different types of stripes. So
like just stripes are in.
Just stripes are in.
As a pattern
element.
Okay.
So like there's that petite knit pattern that has the stripes, but she has like a little sawtooth with the thing.
Oh, I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I know what
I
you're
recognize
talking about.
the pattern. Yes. There was several of those. That Samantha Guerin, I think, had just recently released a stripe with a little bit of maybe a slip stitch or something like that. Saw a bunch of those. Just saw a lot of patterns that had some sort of striping in them, which I thought was very interesting.
It is interesting
to see that at Indy. But it was also freezing cold. The wind was so bad.
In Texas terms, for sure, freezing cold.
Even the locals were saying it was cold.
Oh,
which
yay.
I felt vindicated with. They were walking around in puffer coats and gloves and everything else.
Okay, it was cold then.
It was cold, but it was the wind.
Yes.
So the wind was so bad. Those, the grid wall.
Yes.
Picture 3 wide, but the kind on wheels that people wheel in now.
Mm-hmm.
Those kept getting blown over, fully loaded with weights.
No.
Yes. I forget her name all the time, but 29 Bridges is across from us in the thing,
right.
And her stuff kept nosedives.
Oh, that's such a pain because it happens to somebody at almost every show, whether it's indoors or outdoors or whatever. But man, that's such a pain, and then you're afraid to move away. You just want to stand there and hold the grid wall. Hi, can I help you?
Well, Josh had it bungee corded within an inch of its life.
I'm sure
it wasn't going anywhere. So that was, I feel like I need to back up because I never showed you guys, because we didn't podcast, what I got at DFW for my little haul.
No, of course not. You didn't show that. Because,
yeah. Like I said, I've been...
Is that the lovely thing I'm looking at over there?
One of them is. Okay. So one of my, that doesn't make any sense. I have been getting back into spinning because since I haven't wanted to knit a whole lot of stuff. And so I decided at DFW, if I got anything, I was just going to get Fibre. I did. So I ended up going to Apothecary Fabrications. I think she's out of Colorado. And she does this really cool 20 micron milled top of completely US sourced wools. It's a blend of merinos, but then also long staples. So she has, I think it's Rambouillet, maybe some Rami, something like that, all blended together into this super soft thing, and then 20% of mulberry silk.
No wonder. Oh, okay, that accounts for the shine in it because I was wondering what was giving it that little bit of
almost sparkle, but not quite.
Yeah, no.
So I picked up 2 braids. So this braid I haven't touched yet, but this is kind of like my neutral braid, and then this one was just so autumnal. It's got a little blue, that jammy orange sunset. very sunset kind of
Yes.
vibes. So this one I've already obviously prepped for spinning. My plan is to ply these two together.
Oh, that's going to be so
And
pretty.
I think I'm going to end up, because there's some merino in here and it's shorter staple, I can't spin it like super fine the way that I spin. No, I'm not an expert.
I don't spin at all, so I'm not judging here for sure.
I was talking to somebody at one of the booths and she was like, so are you a spinner? And I'm like, I know how to spin. She's like, are you a beginner spinner? I'm like, no, I'm not a beginner spinner. And she's like, oh, so you're an advanced beginner. I'm like, I wouldn't say advanced. I know the terms. I don't know that I do them properly. But I'm an adventurous beginner.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that term, adventurous beginner. Yes.
So I'm just going to do something and end up with the yarn at the end of the day. So anyway, I'm applying these two together, and I think I'm going to end up with about a DK worsted.
Okay.
Based off of kind of what I've been spinning for the singles. And I think it would just make really pretty, like, yoke or color work something.
I can't wait to see this yarn because I just think it's going to be gorgeous.
So this was my DFW haul. Okay. Now, do we want to talk about actual knitting?
Actual knitting. Yes, let's talk about actual knitting because I feel like I've knit a lot, but I don't feel like I've accomplished a whole lot. Then I have to remember about this silly button band that, that basically took up 2 days. Since the last podcast, not 2 days total.
What? Yeah.
So I guess I will start here with my happy fins because y'all have seen, if you've watched any of the previous episodes, I thought that was somebody. There's stuff blowing across the window there, and I thought it was a person.
Yeah, so we face the windows out here, and there was, I don't know if that was a trash bag or what. But.
I don't either. So I have been working on my happy fins. And I have definitely made some progress. I didn't put a progress keeper in because I think previously I was still in the middle of the color work or possibly had just finished the color work. I don't know.
You had started the color work, but then you were going to rip it out because of the whole...
Okay. I changed my color for the fish. Okay, so I couldn't remember exactly what. So now the fish themselves are now done in gilded in the Red Stag Fibre Yorkshire Sport base. Mm-hmm. I just didn't think blue fish and blue bubbles made sense to me. It's like, I mean, you do you and whatever. Mm-hmm. The original pattern, Annalisa, who designed the happy fins, actually only used a main color and one contrast color. So hers was more kind of like a drawing, so to speak. But, I got to be a little bit adventurous. I'm very happy with it, and I have made some progress. And this is one of the projects that I tend to pick up late in the evening if I'm tired because I'm at that stage of stocking it and around and around and around and around. Yeah. So that's my whip number 1.
Okay. So when we were getting ready to go on our little cruise, I was like, I need a palette cleanser. I need something because I know I'm going to, do not knock this over, sorry. She's like underneath the tripod. It's going
ready to catch.
Sidebar. Anyway, I wanted something easy on the plane. I didn't have to think about. And Andrea Mowry's Jaunty just came out at that time, which is like a half fisherman's rib shawlette scarf combination. And so we'd just gotten in not that long ago, but we'd gotten some Spincycle. No? Okay.
Nope, she didn't like my laugh.
And we got in standard blues. Right? Yeah, standard blues. And so I was like, ooh, I need to knit up something in standard blues.
Oh man, I love that. I love the way that's transitioning into the colors.
I know. And I really picked 3 very different skeins of standard blues to try to get like the different juxtaposition of it. I'm loving it because it's mindless, but just mindful enough to not be bored.
Yeah, you're not totally bored out of your mind, but you're also not having to stare at a chart.
Yeah, I can pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, all things. So like I said, I'm using Spincycle. I'm going to use 3 skeins. I'm basically going to knit. I just started my second. I'm going to knit till this is about half, just a little less than halfway used, and then start the decreases.
Okay.
To try to use up as much of the 3 skeins as possible, but still get a small, medium. It's going to be more medium-sized little scarf.
It's interesting to me. Hold that up again in front of the camera. Because the color changing in the Spincycle with that and I don't know if it's the stitch or if it's just this particular color or what, but it gives almost an ombre effect.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that correctly?
Ombre. Yeah.
Ombre.
Yes, it does.
But I do. I like that. It's very pleasing.
It is
very pleasing to the eye.
Very much so. So. I have definitely enjoyed knitting this on airplanes recently.
Okay, so my next one is one that y'all haven't seen much of in a while because it kind of took a back seat to everything else I had going on. And then I sort of realized that and said, wait a minute, I want to knit on that some more. So this is my Ekko tee by... Markus
somebody
Wippel. Markus Wippel. Okay. In this beautiful cable pattern. I'm knitting this out of Yorkshire Fingering in antique leather. And if you will notice all of the stitch markers that I have, what I have a difficulty with when I'm knitting cables is this is like a very easy to memorize repeat, but sometimes it's hard to tell how many rows I've gone up.
Yeah.
And so every time I do a cable, I would put a stitch marker in the sort of the stockinette portion or the rib portion so that I would know I could count up how many rows and it's time to do another cable. Mm-hmm. And I also used that to know at the beginning where I was supposed to only do so many inches. I used it as my measurement tool.
Yeah. So
I'm very happy with it. I still really like the construction of it. And great. I think it's going to be a great, great staple in my wardrobe. So there we are. And I think the last time I showed this, I think I was just starting on the front, possibly.
Yeah, you had done, I think, just the back portion.
So I have made some progress.
You definitely have. And I'm like trying to power purl to the end of this row.
Power purl to the end of the row so you don't lose it.
Yeah. So, and I can show you guys. So this was my secondary. This was also going to be my plane travel project. And then I was just motoring along on this cruise. Look at me. I'm knitting. I'm so hot stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And then I go to do this dip stitch. Can I read the pattern?
No, I know how to do it. I don't need no stinking pattern. I know how to do a dip stitch.
I do know how to do a Stephen West dip stitch. I did not know how to do an Isabel Kramer dip stitch.
So what is this pattern, Sharon?
So this is the Bonnie of the Bonnie and Clyde little scarfette. Looks great. Okay, so a little bit hard to see, but there in the cinnamon is my contrast color. So I'm about to do that section again, but it's these little dippy kind of stitches, and I'm using Spincycle for my main color, and then in Something Wicked, Camper in Cinnamon Heather. Sorry, I was like, okay, so Camper in Cinnamon Heather, and I'm loving it. It's different, I know, because you're having the color changes in the main, and some people are like, ew, I don't like that. Well, oh well.
Well, so let's talk about this pattern for a minute.
Okay.
because this pattern by Isabel Kramer is called Bonnie and Clyde. And it's called Bonnie and Clyde because there are actually 2 patterns.
Correct.
For little shawlettes.
Yep.
Okay, I guess that's the current term to use. And the great thing about it is you buy your yarn and you simply, one or the other, you switch what's the main color and what's your contrast color, and you get 2 finished objects out of a single 2 skeins of yarn.
It's 2 50-gram skeins of a fingering weight yarn.
Yes.
So we've got Spincycle and the camper. And so for Bonnie, Spincycle is the main with the camper as the contrast. And for Clyde, this will be the main with this is the contrast. So I'm enjoying it. I like it.
You know, I don't think I brought mine, but I actually did cast on the Bonnie.
Oh, good.
Because I was intrigued when you talked about the dip stitches. I wanted to see what she did differently. So I've just barely gotten started on mine, and I don't think I have it with me. It's in the bottom of one of my bags somewhere.
It is not difficult at all.
No. And the dip stitch is not difficult. Sharon
you just need to read the pattern.
Read what it says.
Minor
It's
detail.
very clear.
It's very clear. The instructions are amazing.
Right?
If you follow the pattern, guess what? It's gonna work.
It works.
You don't follow the pattern, it won't work. So there's just that. So
okay.
why don't you show that?
My third whip is my Cathie cardigan, which y'all have now seen. I finished. I've got it upside down again. Why do I want to hold things upside down? I guess because that's the way I knit things. So I am at the point where I was considering maybe starting the ribbing on the bottom. I'm not sure if I will, but I had run out of a skein of yarn. So then I decided I was going to pick up for the sleeves, and I tried to do that one night with this black yarn, which was a big mistake. And so I picked them up, knit a couple of rows, and said, it's just not right. And so I just ripped it back out. So I will probably do the sleeves before I decide if I want to add some more length to the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. But so I have made quite a bit of progress on that one as well. Do not try to pick up stitches in black yarn late in the evening when you're tired, the light's not good, and you can't even count to 10. Yeah.
Well, but
I'm loving this. This is another one that's going to find a definite place in my wardrobe.
Same as to be said. Don't try to knit the Bonnie and do a dip stitch after you've had a few drinks off the package on a cruise.
Oh, things we should know better, but we do anyway.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I don't have
Go
any
ahead.
more whips.
You're out.
We all know I have more whips. Did I bring them? No. Have I worked on them? No. Okay. Do I want to cast a new sweater on? Yes.
Okay, because that's what we do. If any of you are participating in Stephen West's the mystery knit along for this year, and you do not want a spoiler, now is your time to turn away. I have started on this. I am a little over halfway through clue 3, so I'm going to show you what I have. But if you don't want to see the spoiler, turn away, and I will let you know when it's safe to turn back to the screen. Look at this beauty!
Oh, wow.
I am having so much fun with this. And this is what's taken all my knitting time up since it came out. Essentially, I've worked through every clue so far and finished at least a day or so ahead of time. So that's why I've been able to work on some of my other projects instead of casting on something new. But I am absolutely loving this.
It is super cute.
Okay.
And I love the colors.
So my colors are red Stag fiber colors. In the light blue is Gorm. Farragut would be a good substitute for that. I have Malagan. I have Kelvin Grove. And This was actually, the green was a test when we were trying to come up with Moray Firth. So it's kind of in between Jewel of the King and Moray Firth.
Either one would be beautiful.
Either one would be beautiful. And I had some gifted mohair that I'm putting with that in a few sections.
Oh, that's cool.
So you'll see that some of it looks a little brighter and some of it looks a little darker, and that's because of the mohair that I've added.
Nice.
So, but, okay. It's safe to look back at the screen
I was
now.
about to say, are we done showing it? Okay.
Yes. You may now return to viewing. I want to say something about the mystery knit-along. There are people who love it. There are people who hate it. There are people who have done it for many years and have decided they're kind of tired of it. I am not going to argue with any of those positions, but I want to say this. I was a little bit down on the mystery knit-along a couple of years ago because I kept looking at it and thinking, oh, that's not something I would ever wear. That's not something I would ever use. And I read someone's comments on Ravelry, and I really took it to heart. And that is the fact that with the Stephen West Mystery Knit-Along, the object is not to get something that you're going to wear. Mm-hmm. The object is to experiment with construction, with color, with some new stitch techniques. Mm-hmm. He gives such detailed instructions and shows you how to do the different sections in his YouTube videos. Yep. That if you're a beginner knitter and you can knit and purl, mm-hmm. you can do his stuff. Absolutely. Okay? So that looks so stinking complicated, but it's such an illusion because no single part of it is complicated.
Correct. Well, and that's the other thing too, is I think there are, because you've heard probably process knitters and project knitters. And right. I am definitely the person that bounces quite heavily back and forth between the two. There are mm-hmm. times when I am 100% just a process knitter. I don't care about the finished thing. I'm just enjoying the knit. And then there are other times where I'm definitely a project knitter. I want that thing right. at the end of the day. I would say right now I'm in a spot where I'm more process knitting. I want to do the knitting. Mm-hmm. I don't really care as much about it. But then again, there's a couple things in my queue that I want that finished item. So when I start it, then I'm going to turn into more of a project knitter. Right. But I would say definitely a Stephen West knit, especially the mystery knit-alongs. But really, a lot of his patterns. If you go in with I'm going to knit this to learn, to experiment, to rediscover the joy of knitting, that sort right. of thing, it's going to change your experience
tremendously.
So,
I think so.
I'm not doing it this year just because I know I didn't have the bandwidth to do it right now. But it doesn't mean I won't go back one time.
Right.
You can go back and do mystery knit-alongs after the mystery. Sure. I did that with...
and if mystery is not your thing,
grading.
The clues come out mm-hmm. once a week.
Yeah.
And when the clues come out, there's always also a spoiler alert. Well, mm-hmm. I don't know if this has been true in the past, but at least in recent years and this year, there's always a spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of look and see, okay, what is this supposed to look like when I get through? Yeah. If you're one of those people that, no, I want to know what the whole thing looks like, mm-hmm. the only problem I think I have with that with the mystery knit-alongs mm-hmm. is that if you look at that finished object, it looks a little bit intimidating.
It can.
To be perfectly honest. Yeah. It looks intimidating. Mm-hmm. It's not. Yeah. Because it's so broken down into pieces. So I hate for people I don't want somebody to be afraid to try it because they look at it and say, well, I could never do that. Yeah. Because like I said, if you can knit and purl, if you can do those 2 stitches, maybe if you can do a yarn over, mm-hmm. yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. It's not complicated. Does he put some brioche into it? A lot of times he does, but you know what? He gives you an alternative. Yeah. If you don't want to do brioche, mm-hmm. here's what you do instead. This year it's garter stitch.
Yeah. And at least the past maybe 3 or 4 years now, I'm not 100% sure, he's had detailed YouTube videos that are released with each clue to literally hold your hand. This is how you're going to do this stitch.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to show you holding your yarn in your left hand. Now I'm going to show it to you holding your yarn in the right hand. Like very
detailed.
Very detailed, perfect for that newbie that I just learned to knit, but I heard about it and it looks really cool and it sounds fun. Can I do it? Yes, you totally can.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Enough on that one.
Yes. Now I'm going to share what I got at Indie Untangled.
Ooh, okay.
So
I wondered if that was going to come out.
So at Indie Untangled, I actually went in with I'm not buying yarn. And I technically did not buy yarn. And now you're going to be like, but there's yarn in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll explain.
Let's see how she gets out of this one.
So first off, Indie Untangled is in Saugerties, New York. It is one of the pre-festivals for Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool, because Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool is only on Saturday, Sunday. And the pre-festivals, so there's Cake Palooza, Indie Untangled are the big two, and then this past year, a Woolen Affairs popped up. A Woolen Affair used to be just an evening thing. Now they are opening up also on Friday. So now there's 3 big events happening and competing for your time. Plus, there's the Perfect Blend Yarn and Tea Shop in downtown Saugerties that hosts all sorts of like extended hours and come, pop in. Especially because all of those events require timed entry tickets. So you have 2 hours to shop at each of those events. So sometimes maybe you went to a show and now you're having lunch and you still have an hour to spare. You can pop into that shop and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's good to know.
There's also Pick Up Every Stitch.
Yes.
They're not in any of those cities, but if you are coming from basically any of the Newark, LaGuardia, JFK, if you're coming from any of those airports and or driving, or you're driving from basically pretty much anywhere, I think, like Rhode Island, Connecticut, Newark, New Jersey, that way up into the Hudson Valley, you had to drive past the store, unless you're on the expressway. So they host a big, what do they call Road to Rhinebeck, and so they'll have different pop-ups. So there's tons of stuff to do before the actual show. I don't know where I was going with that. But
just give it a little background.
Also, I have my family historically speaking, like my grandparents were from Albany and they lived in Manhattan and Port Station and all Port Washington, all the area around there, from Maine, Massachusetts, all that stuff. So I adore Northeastern food. Give me a diner.
And I don't have a clue what she's talking about.
Boston cream pie.
Okay.
Bagels with cream
Okay,
pie.
I can go with that.
I don't have to sit in a bagel store and explain to someone how to toast a bagel when I'm up there.
Okay.
I can just ask for the bagel. And they make it the right way. It's amazing. I can ask for coffee milk and nobody stares at me crosswise. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's also like we go to a diner, Josh will order meatloaf, and so in the South they always put ketchup and tomato sauce
on top of the meatloaf. Yes. Except I'm a mushroom sauce person myself.
Okay, so mushroom or brown gravy is typical Northeastern.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know that.
Anytime he's like, is there tomatoes on top? They always look at him like he's got a second head. Like, no.
What?
Anyway,
Why would that happen?
Anyway, we always get good diner food because that's one thing. We don't have good diners down here.
Not anymore. We used to years and years ago. I still have some fond diner memories, but they've all pretty much
I
gone away.
always pretty much try to order a Reuben at least once.
Oh, I love a good Reuben.
Yeah, good Reuben. A good diner breakfast.
I don't know. This might be a difficult thing for me because I'd have trouble. Where's my money going? Is it going to Fibre and yarn, or is it going to the food?
It's going to food for me right now. I love it. So anyway, to drive up there, we get set up. It's freezing cold, all the things. So there's 3 barns at barns. It's not barns like we think of, like in Texans, but
is what it looks to me like. I mean, I don't know if that's what they call them, but I would call it pavilion.
Technically, it's at a fancy pants equestrian center, not like Fair Barns would be here in Texas. Now, Rhinebeck is more like true 4-H Fair Barns, but at this place, it's more like the fancy pants, fancy horses with fancy riding boots, posh barns. So, they're not, you're not in hay and gravel and all that stuff. So anyway, there's 3 of them. And so once we got all set up and before the show starts, they open up the show an hour before for all the vendors to basically mix and
shop
mingle and shop
each
other,
okay,
which is really nice. And so that's where this comes in. So we did the tour of the barn, of course, after I had my bagel. And then they also they have this local donut shop. That's amazing.
The food there just looks amazing to me.
Yes. And
Sharon's always nice about sending me, look what you're missing. Look what you're missing.
Look at these oysters I'm eating. So I grabbed I went to the donut van. It's literally, you get donuts out of a van. It's amazing. And I was like, I couldn't decide on a donut. And she said,
Sharon, it's one of each. I mean, I don't know what your problem
She had 19 flavors.
Okay.
So she recommended, because they were still warm and fresh, the old fashioned with a vanilla bourbon bean glaze. So good.
Okay.
Anyway.
What? Drool off my chin here.
I went to Yarn Jam and picked up these 2. Now I'm planning on blending them.
Okay.
So these are both natural Shinico wool, which is apparently a blend of a U.S. Merino Rambouillet. This one is 100% Shinico, and this one she called Golden Hour. And it's got a light peachy pink in it, but then the beautiful Golden Hour glow. And then this is her confetti tweed, so it's 89% of the Shinico, and then 6% acrylic and 5% rayon for the little nippy confetti bits in there. You can see that. I just thought it was really cool. And then my plan is to apply these 2 together.
Oh, that's kind of
well.
Beautiful too.
So you're gonna get some bits where they kind of blend together, and then you'll have some higher contrast bits in here. She had, which was really cool, and I get that it's not something you can do with every one, but she had, for at least each base, a sample skein spun up and plied.
Oh my.
So you could see,
okay, so you can kind of see what it looks like.
Yeah, and just like a basic
here we come with the terms I don't really understand, but
2-ply.
Okay.
But it was really cool. So you could see like how confetti neppy this one was. And so I was like, I like it, but I don't know that I want the whole thing. She's like, we'll apply it with this, and then it will smooth out and lessen the confetti bits that are in there, rather than taking 2 of these and applying them together. So I picked up that.
But I see some yarn.
You see some yarn. So I'm going to get to that because that was at the end of the day. So first off, we set up, and then we went. I wanted to try this new restaurant in Saugerties called Miss Lucy's. It's not new to us.
New to you. Okay. I think I've heard this mentioned by some other people. Yes.
So we ended up having to wait because they take reservations with Resi app. Well, Resi app really screwed them up. It put us on a wait list that didn't exist.
Ooh.
And then it told us that
Technology
our table was
fail.
ready.
Technology fail.
Oops. And they were absolutely mortified. They're like, I showed them the Resi stuff, and they showed me their Resi stuff, and it's like, it was almost like, I was like, did somebody like make a fake version of you?
Right.
It was weird. But anyway, they fit us in, they did amazing, and it was well worth the wait. It was also an antique bookstore, like 2 doors down. And so I definitely bought myself a book and just sat there and read. It was great.
Man, I'm gonna have to win the lottery to go to this place. I mean, we hit yarn, food, books.
Oh, wait till the
I mean like antique books, because I'm so into like classics and stuff like that.
I got a book that was published in 1953.
Is that an antique?
Well, it is.
I'm an antique.
Oh, no. But it's a sci-fi book, and it's really fun to read the sci-fi. Anyway.
Yes.
So we go to Miss Lucy's. Josh has the duck, which was amazing. I had a bite of it. They did an amazing cocktail. A pear gin cocktail. It was delightful. And then I had the fried Brussels sprouts because I already knew at this point we weren't going to Rhinebeck, and the one thing I was missing from Rhinebeck was the fried Brussels sprouts. Okay, so I got my fried Brussels sprouts. Even Josh loved them. What else did I eat at that?
Now tell me about these fried Brussels sprouts. Are they? I know you told me this last year. They're not battered. They're just, are they like skillet fried or?
So what I think they do.
Deep fried or? I
don't think they're deep fried. They're more like an air fried in texture. So maybe they do deep fry them, but when they come out, they are more air fried. But it's like I'm pretty sure they boil them or blanch them first and then flash fry them or air fry them or something like that.
Okay.
So they're cooked all the way through, but they're not crunchy, but they're not mushy, but then they're crispy because of the little bit of frying on the outside.
Okay.
But so, no batter.
But not like the roasted Brussels sprouts.
No, not quite, because that never gets crispy in my opinion. Unless you burn them, you know, which I've done. So I had those with oysters and the pear cocktail. I know. And it was Massachusetts oysters from Cape Cod area, I believe.
Okay.
They're very sweet.
Yes.
Very, very sweet.
East Coast, northern East Coast, and northern West Coast oysters have totally different flavors to me.
And Gulf, I think fry them.
Were they Blue Points?
Yes, they were Blue Points.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
They were so good.
I know my oysters.
Yes. So then all day Friday we set up. I have that. They had this mac and cheese truck for lunch. Josh got the barbecue place. Of course. Barbecued pork chops is what he got. And then, because they serve them with beans and rice.
Okay.
Which I find very funny. That they serve beans and rice up there.
Yes.
But they do. But I had a buffalo chicken mac and cheese bowl.
Okay.
But then, so we get to the end of the day. We are trying to pack up all our stuff. Some of our boxes barely made it. And I mean, we couldn't reuse the boxes anymore.
Oh, you mean condition-wise?
Condition-wise.
Yeah.
And so we were trying at the end. It's okay, we need to just bring home less things because Josh has new vision for different things and everything. And so we were trying to get rid of some stuff. Not yarn, obviously. I mean, we were trying to sell yarn, but fixtures and everything. And so Plies and Hellhounds was next to us. And they had a similar setup to the same kind of grid wall that we had shipped and everything. And Josh was like, hey, do you want this grid wall and the hooks? We don't want to ship it back anymore. We're done with this kind of a setup. And she was like, oh my gosh, yes, but do you want yarn in trade? I can't just take it from you. And I was like, whoa. So I picked up this, which
looks like it is linen.
Mm-hmm. So this is her Winnow, I believe, is the name of the base. So it's a 70% organic 21 micron wool mixed with 30% linen, non-superwash. And it's a very light fingering because it's 509 yards each. So I've got plenty to do a t-shirt, a full t-shirt.
Yes. Ooh, I like that.
And this is the colorway Deadhead, which I really like.
I like that too. It's got a very nice.
I like the 30% because a lot of your part wool linens are 10%.
Right.
But this is 30. I really like this one.
I like that too.
So that was my one yarn
impressive.
purchase. So then, because you all care about our eating habits,
is this a food podcast?
So we pack everything up. We get rid of all of our stuff. We end up with only 6 boxes to ship back. It was fabulous. So then we go, I'd seen in town, they had a Dutch pub. Okay, so the whole area is Dutch. Well, it's Dutch area.
Okay.
History. Founded by the Dutch, all that kind of stuff. Fun fact, my family that's from up there, obviously. Very Dutch, Van Skank, last name. Very Dutch. So it's like, ooh, let's go see. So we get into the pub. We didn't really have to wait too long. They were super busy. It's called the Dutch. Very inventive name. But they had all
confused people by calling it the German.
Yeah. They made their own beer. So I had some hazy, hoppy, something, fiddleneck is what I think they called it, beer.
Okay.
Very nice. And then they had the soup of the day, which was a potato watercress soup.
Oh, interesting.
Which was very good. Like it was not a heavy potato soup. It was very light.
No, not with the watercress in it. It wouldn't be. Okay.
And then contrast the lightness of that with beer, cheese, and pretzels.
Hey,
balance.
It's like, give me a piece of pie and a Diet Coke.
And then Josh had meatloaf. And then the lady came back and she's like, would you like some dessert today? And I was like, well, what do you have? And she's like, well, we have our homemade apple strudel pie. And even Josh, who is not really big on desserts, he's like, I'd have a bite of that. And so I'm not a big apple pie person, okay? Just to be frank. My mom loves apple pie. And I'm like, take it, leave it, whatever. This was the best apple pie I've ever had, ever. It actually had flavor, because they use
apples that are local and not stored in a refrigerated container for months on end or whatever it is we get down here.
I know, the mealy of
Yes.
an apple. So it was amazing. It was so good.
Although I would, of course, have to pass on the apple
cinnamon
pie. Yes.
Yes. But then we went back to the hotel. We won't even talk about that.
Right.
And then
all sorts
we drove
nefarious adventures.
Yeah. So then we had to drive back to Kingston, ship all the packages. Found a cute coffee shop in Kingston down by the waterfront.
Okay.
I don't remember the name at all, but it's a coffee shop right by the waterfront. And they had a rose latte that was amazing. Then we had to ship our packages. We grabbed brunch at a different diner, or lunch at a different breakfast, whatever, at a diner. Like another one, amazing food. Like Josh ordered an omelet, which was like a 3-egg omelet with a side of cantaloupe. They brought him, I think, a half a cantaloupe cut up.
Wow.
Literally. And then like an omelet that was like this big.
That covered the platter.
Yeah. Huge. And then got on plane and flew home.
Well, there you go. Yep. Meanwhile, we were
Y'all
here at the shop having our Rhinebeck FOMO celebration party.
Yep.
I want to say two things. You reminded me when you showed that confetti in the Fibre that you bought. I did find a home for my hedgehog Tweety. I thank all of you who expressed interest in it and who even volunteered to finish up my project. But I had no interest. I actually was able to give it to a good friend of mine. And so I feel like it was sort of a meant to be thing.
Yep.
So it has found a home.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two is because you showed your Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes, I was about to say you should talk about
And
that.
I started off this podcast by saying I was a gram guide because stay tuned, or maybe past tuned. I don't know when this will go up and when we'll do the official announcement, but y'all are going to be the first to hear if this goes up before we do the post. Connie and I have now designated ourselves as the gram guides of the modern skein. Now, we chose that name because we're both grandmothers, and gram is a nickname for grandmother. Yarn is sold in grams.
Yeah.
And because we mispronounce everything, it could be mistaken for glam.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to host
an
Instagram. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just hit all bases there. We are going to host a gift knit make-along. And there will be details on that in our newsletter coming up and on our Instagram account.
Okay.
So I will go into further detail about that in our next podcast in case you missed the other opportunities. But we're gonna have some fun.
Absolutely.
The Fibre Fests in our area are, for the most part, over with for the year.
Yep.
So it's time to look forward to the upcoming holidays.
Yes.
And so we've got some fun things planned.
And if all of you that were looking at our Instagram are wondering, did we ever find the missing Spincycle? As of this moment, I have not, but we have a good lead at the post office. I am literally going to pack up and leave and go straight there. And fingers, toes, and everything crisscrossed, knocked on wood, prayers, thoughts, vibes, you name it,
Yes.
Send it. And we should hopefully have our Spincycle package. It's been a hot mess.
Yeah, because that's an important component.
It's part of this whole thing.
Part of our whole thing.
Supposed to launch
Which
on
was
Saturday.
Yeah, we were going to launch it on Saturday, but, things happen and plans have to be adaptable.
Yep, that's the spirit of being a business owner right now is adapt and change.
Adapt
and
and
pivot.
change. So, stay tuned.
Yep.
Hope you've enjoyed this episode. And you have anything else to add?
I've got nothing else to add except who knows what I will be knitting on by the next stop.
That's true.
Episode. Because I have some ideas.
Great.
All right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.